Well, we're preparing for baby rabbits today. My doe here, behind my silver fox doe, she's only probably a couple of days from giving birth, maybe 4 or 5 days. So it's really about the time that I like to start checking to see if she's ready for her nest box or not. You guys have been watching my channel for a while. You've probably seen I use an all-wire nest box. I don't remember the exact dimensions. I'll look them up, and then I'll put a note here that tells you what the exact dimensions are. But it's pretty simple. It's just a box clipped together with J-clips. And then I line it with cardboard. You might be able to see that. It doesn't go all the way up the sides, but it doesn't really matter. I just took a piece of cardboard and kind of cut it to size and then shoved it in there. So there's you can see the cardboard on the bottom. And then I stuff it with straw. So now what we're going to be doing here is, I don't want to put this in just yet, because if I do and it's too early, she might pull all the straw out, and she may do that anyway. She might use it as a litter box or something like that. So I really want to wait till she's ready for the nest box to put it in. And the easy way to check that is just to throw a handful of straw in here and see how she reacts. If she starts what we call hay stashing, where she'll run around with it kind of sticking out both sides of her mouth, it'll be pretty obvious, then that means she's probably ready for her nest box, and I'll go ahead and put it in. So let me bring you in close. We'll go ahead and test and see if she's ready for it or not, and we'll go from there. Hopefully she's showing up on camera well enough. Let me open this cage up. Hopefully that does not obstruct the view too much. And then basically, I'm just going to take some straw, we're going to throw it in there and see what she does with it. Now, I've shown this on video before, but she doesn't look like she's ready for her nest box. You can see all she's doing is just nibbling on it. That's not the behavior I'm looking for. She's eating it basically and just chewing on it, which is fine. She can do that. But that's not the behavior I'm looking for. What we're looking for is hay stashing. We'll give her just a minute to see if she does this or not. And it's kind of looking like she's starting to gather some straw now. We'll see. She's probably a little nervous because we're standing here watching her. Well, I am anyway. You guys are watching through video. That's acting a little bit more like hay stashing behavior, so we'll give her just a second and see what she does with it. That's kind of what we're looking for, is gathering it up and both, hanging out both sides of her mouth. She's not super excited about it. A lot of times they get a little bit more aggressive, but that is looking like hay stashing behavior. So she nibbled on the first couple of pieces. Now she's starting to gather it up. So yeah, it's kind of looking like she's ready for her nest box. She's probably going to have her babies within the next day or two. So hopefully before this video, I won't close it out yet, and we'll see if she doesn't have her babies in the next day or two. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the nest box in. That's the behavior I'm looking for, is how she's just kind of gathering it up, hanging out both sides of her mouth. She's not nibbling on it now. So that means she's ready. Let's go ahead and put the nest box in. And I've got a little clip on the side here of the nest box. I can clip it to the cage wall if I need to. If she's flipping it over, moving it around or something like that. I don't think I'll need to. She kind of likes to have it in front, usually right there, where she can kind of hide behind it. So basically what I'll do now is I'll just watch her for the next day or two. And if she pulls all the straw out, I'll get some more straw and put it in there. If she's really trying to build her nest on the cage floor, I'll pick it up and put it back in there. I want to watch pretty close, make sure that if she has her babies on the cage floor, I get them up and get them in the nest box pretty quick. I don't want to leave them. And you can't really see her. You might be able to hear her if I quit talking. She's kind of digging around in the back corner of that cage. So that's telling me, let me move this nest box, maybe we can see what she's doing. She's trying to build a nest back there is basically what she's doing. So hopefully, usually, she'll give up and she'll go ahead and go in the nest box and use it. Watch out now, move. Let's put that back in that back corner, maybe encourage her a little bit to use the nest box and not build in the corner. So she's probably getting pretty close to having her babies. Most of the time, she doesn't start hay stashing until just a day or two before, and probably won't pull any fur until actually the babies are actually born. All right, well, there's not much else to do, like I said, but just wait and see what happens. I'm going to watch her pretty close, so check on her a couple times a day, and before I go to bed at night, just to make sure if she has her babies that they're in the nest box. She'll probably have them in the next day or two, and you can see maybe she's getting in the nest box now, so that's a good sign. Hopefully she doesn't pull all the straw out. Maybe you can see her. I don't know if you can see back in that cage with me out of the way or not. It's kind of dark. But anyhow, she's in the nest box right now. Hopefully she didn't pull all the straw. But if she does, I'll just refill it. It's not that big a deal. it happens pretty frequently that she'll pull the straw out the first time or two. So I'm going to watch her pretty close, check her, you know, like I said, a couple times a day before I go to bed at night. Make sure if she has her babies that they're in the nest box. She's pretty good about that usually, but I just want to make sure. And if they're not, if she has them on the cage floor, pick them up, put them in the nest box. It's not going to bother her. She'll get in there and take care of them, no problem. And like I said, hopefully she has them before this video closes out. Well, while we're waiting on this, I will take you over. Those of you guys who have been watching the channel for a little while, you know I've got a problem with a tree down. Well, I finally got the tree service over here. They got the tree all down on the ground for me. That's as much as I could really afford. I couldn't afford to have them cut it all up and take it all away either, because you know it's pretty expensive to have tree service done. So I figured if I can get them to get it all down on the ground, if you remember what it was like, I had half the tree was down. It was all hung up in another tree, all way up in the air. It was a point where it was just too dangerous. I mean, I cleaned up as much as I could, but then it was too dangerous to cut anymore. It was going to start falling down on me. So we'll go over and take a look and see what it looks like now. I got a ton of work I'm going to have to do to clean this up, but it's all on the ground now, so I can deal with that now. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like right now. You know, this tree that you see down over here probably, I mean, it was all up in this tree. It was all up in the air. So they got that all down. I'll take you around and give you another shot. The tree that's standing, they took it down to about 20 foot. So it's safe now. It's not going to fall on anybody. But I got a whole bunch of brush. I've already started bundling it up to take out to the curb for the trash service, the little stuff. And then I've got a whole bunch of wood I got to cut and stack up and figure out what to do with because I don't have a fireplace. But here, I'll take you around. We'll show you the other view. And you see they haven't even gotten their truck yet. They just finished this up yesterday evening. Haven't even gotten their truck yet. It's still here. But this is basically what it looks like right now. There's a whole bunch, you know, brush right behind that too, up against the neighbor's fence. A lot of little stuff and then a lot of bigger stuff. These are pretty good sized logs. So I got some cutting to do and a lot of cleanup work, but it's down, it's on the ground. So it's safe. There's no hurry now. I don't have to worry about it falling on, you know, the tree itself falling, because if it would have fallen, it would have gone that way, fallen in the neighbor's yard, and it's not going to do that anymore. So we've got a little bit of relief. I can just take care of it whenever I have time to take care of it. So anyway, I'm not going to close this video out yet. I'll come back. We'll take a look at her over the next day and see if she can, you know, she has her babies before the video closes out. So I'll be back with you tomorrow. We'll see where we're at. Well, we had some storms coming through last night, so I pulled the tarps down over the rabbitry here just to keep them all tucked in. Before I did that, though, had to make a few repairs to the quail hutch when I got home from work yesterday. It's 5 o'clock-ish. Part of the sheet metal had blown off of part of the roof, so I had to screw it back on. It wasn't any of that big deal. It was pretty easy, but I thought, let me go check and see if she's had her babies yet, because it's been 4 days. 4 days since I put that nest box in, since you guys last saw me on camera. Which is not unusual. I usually start checking to see if they need the nest box about 4, sometimes 5 days. She seemed like she was ready for it. I put the nest box in. She did build a beautiful nest, nice big, you know, center nest right in the middle of that nest box. Didn't pull the straw out of the nest box, and everything looked good, but it just, you know, it's just hurry up and wait basically. And then I come through here yesterday afternoon, 5:30ish, just to check on her before I, you know, tied the ropes down, or tarps down and all that kind of stuff. And I walked around the corner over here, and she had a big ball of fur in her mouth, and I just knew it right then. I was like, oh, she's had her babies. She's getting ready. She's pulling fur right now and getting ready to cover them up. Checked on her again. Oh, it was starting to get dark, and I could see in the nest box there. I didn't really pester her at the time. I just left her alone. But I could see in the nest box that there's a dark figures back there with fur covering them. I haven't gotten in to check them out yet because it was kind of late last night, and like I said, I wanted to get them all covered up for the storms that were coming through, especially with the new babies in there. But it didn't look like any of them were on the nest box floor, so we're going to take a look at them, count them up, see how many we got, and get the first, you know, shot of them here with you guys on video. Let me get these tarps pulled back up because we're not going to get rain for another couple of days, and it doesn't look like it's going to be severe anyway, so they might be okay. But either way, get these tarps up and out of my way. let me get this opened up. We'll come and take a look. All right, I don't know how well this is showing up in here. You may be able to hear her. She gets a little grumpy. She don't want to be messed with right now, so she's going to start kind of growling a little bit, being a little nervous, but let's take a look here. This won't bother her. She'll be fine. She won't abandon her babies or anything like that. We don't have to worry about that. So let's take a look. This is the nest box. Let me make sure we're on camera. Let me turn it a little bit. There we go. So we got the nest box here. We got fur. And it looks like, well, there's multiple babies in here. I don't know how many. She's been having kind of small litters. Oh, look at that. We got a blue. We got a blue one. I'll have to get him out and take a look. I think this one's going to be a blue one. There we go. You can see him. He's a little light colored there. Little white spot on his forehead right there. So they're kind of the popcorn stage right now. So I got to be careful. They bounce right out of your hand. It looks like 1, 2, 3. I only count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only count 4. Oh, maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Looks like 5. But I don't feel any that have passed away. It looks like they all made it. She's been having kind of small litters. So, I mean, that's not really that big a deal. They're all healthy. I know my arm was probably in the way most of the time there. You didn't get a good shot of them. Let me see if I can get it out of the way a little bit. You can see there's another one. This one's all black. So, little day-old rabbit, just born yesterday evening. One little blue one. All right, well, I'm gonna get them back in there. I just want to make sure they're all doing okay. Get a count on them, and we'll put them back in there. Let her get back to taking care of them. There you go, lady. She's a good mom. She does a good job taking care of them, and really, there's not much to worry about now. All right, so, I mean, that's, like I said, pretty much it. There's not much to worry about now. She should be getting in, taking care of them. You know, if you're new to rabbits and the first time you have them, you always worry, is she feeding them? Is she not feeding them? You're probably never going to see it actually happen, but if they live, I mean, they're still alive, so she's feeding them. I mean, they wouldn't make it very long without her feeding them. She's taking care of them. She's doing a good job with it. The only thing you got to worry about is, you know, just watch them over the next couple of days to make sure you don't have one that falls out of the nest box. They probably won't. It'll probably be about a week and a half or so before they get up moving around. But every once in a while you'll have one that is nursing and maybe holds on a little too tight and gets drug out of the nest box. If that happens, pick them up, put them back in the nest box, back in that with the group, get them all snuggly and warm. But that's about it, really. For the most part, it's pretty easy at this point. Just let her do her thing and let her take care of them. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, you've seen rabbits and stuff before. Some of you guys that are new to it, maybe you learned a thing or two, I don't know. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And as always, God bless.